What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C. And in this particular video review, I will be recapping Greenleaf Season 4, Episode 10, the season finale, y'all. And shout out to my YouTube fam. Not for my YouTube fam, go ahead and just, over here and don't forget to subscribe. It's not, or subscribe and like and share. You got time to share too, this bit. I just want to tell y'all have to watch this for yourselves as y'all can because I'm scratching my head the last couple minutes. And let's just say this here. As far as the cliffhanger thing for season finales, they definitely did that because instead of being called gratitude, it needs to be called, maybe it was called for grace, gratitude prayer at the end. That was the title of this episode. But everything else is a cliffhanger thing, just to be like, what we gonna do? It should have been called that, okay? All right. Now, I'm not, I'm not gonna go in particular order, but let me get started. Now, at the beginning, I forgot to mention Grace dress that she wore was actually on the shower, okay? But we're going to we're exactly at the moment that ended at the end of the episode, which was, y'all, when Grace was basically resigning her position. And Phil, this penguin, the snake, is snarling, and Carissa has that half guilty look slash, you know like I'm gonna start calling you. Remember for the Flintstones, y'all? You ever seen the reruns? And remember that little alien used to call Fred and Barney Dum Dum? That's what I'm gonna sometimes call Carissa is Dum Dum, okay? Because that's pretty much what she was doing with Dum Dum decisions. So Grace is still standing there. She walks off the stage, everybody looking all surprised, and she goes outside because AJ's still just standing there like this. Right when he opened the door, like we seen the end of the last scene before the credits came on, right? So she goes outside to say, outside the doors to talk to him, and basically like, what you gonna do? He was like, well, y'all been blowing my phone. He still has this defensive attitude and stuff, whatever, right? And he basically came back to let Grace know that he was turning himself in, because he's like, y'all been calling me, blah, 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 blah. I'm just gonna turn myself in. That's his plan. Of course, Grace is like, no, you know what I mean? It's already shot. So then it seemed like because when Grace, after she said it, it seemed like everybody started coming out of the church and stuff like that. So then, they got the intro, amen. Not copyright, no, not today, okay? So we got the scene where I think it's like still at church, and we see Lady Mae, she's in her room, or supposedly her and her former husband, fiance, hopefully still about to be the husband when season 5 comes back, or part 4, I don't know, just like, I think it's a season finale, so I don't know if it's going to be season 5 or part 2 of season 4, whatever, okay? But, here comes a Charity, Dum Dum, comes in there and basically starts talking about, because, Lady Mae is already like, all we got left is this house. Hope is just really this house and stuff, basically, because even just with Grace doing that was like kind of almost the last hope of the church was Grace being in here, their chance of getting in there, okay? So, here go Charity got her audacity to say, I didn't do anything. And Lady Mae was like, are you sure? So how do you know the information? You know how Charity has this goofy look on her face. Whatever, right? So basically, Lady Mae breaks it down. She's like, I'm not mad because I know you're just a part of pond. The pond of Phil the penguin, Philip the snake, reptiles of, I'm going to call him Phil the python. Okay. And for the reason, because he's a slither snake. So we're going to call him Python. Something else. I'm going to change it to Phil the penguin. I'm going to play Phil the python because he's a snake. Snark. Okay. So anyway, she's even saying, like, I know you're just a pawn of that, whatever. I'm mad. You just really, in the end, she was like, you were trying to come in here and lie, whatever. Because, she was still trying to play Scooby-Doo moment. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what to do. I don't know. And because, even Lady Mae was like, okay, is our house bugged? Do they got Confederates, with coffee in their cups from 7-Eleven up here monitoring the house, whatever? What's going on? But she's like, I don't know. I don't know. But still, they basically confronted her about, you call yourself think you're going to lie and come in here and basically let her know, like, she's a fool for Phil, the python, and, the Carisha just yarns out, whatever. She's lucky that Lady Mae didn't smack her to her name change, to like Cherise, Cynthia, Crystal, whatever. I'm just saying she could have took it that route, but she didn't, But how, she storms out, don't see her baby. The baby made a guest appearance like one time. Didn't we see the baby, Marshall's baby, make a guest appearance? So, here's the next up scene. Actually, Bob, the blocker of blessings, Ashley's talking to Judy, the killer doll, and actually Phil. And he was actually surprised about what was going on. Like he was surprised that Grace was supposed to be, part of the our plan, our structure, what happened. And, here Phil was talking about, well, because her son and, blah, 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 and her son got in trouble, was in trouble, so she lied for him and blah, blah, blah. And, here even Judy reminds, because she blinks every 5 minutes. He's in love with the singer and stuff or whatever. And, Bob, the blocker blessings, basically told her, like, you know what, you ain't got to do nothing else, because, they're going to speed up the border meeting the next day. Okay, 24 hours now, whatever, right? And even then, they also had said, I think, like either Judy, the killer doll, or Phil, the Python, said that actually, of course, the Greenleafs did, find out about Connie, the border information and stuff like that. I don't know if they mentioned exactly how, I forgot about that. But, he basically sending Judy, the killer doll, back to Arizona. And then she leaves. And surprisingly, Bob actually is actually disappointed and Phil the Python for giving up on Judy, the killer down. She was like, she's devastated about y'all, whatever, right? He said, you're supposed to be in love with the singer? He's like, yeah, I'm with Charity, but it's going to be good in the end and stuff. I think he told it to both of them, whatever. But he was basically talking, like, did you have any influence about with Grace's decision? He was like, a little, but he didn't go really into detail or anything, right? And, about it, but kind of diffuse the thing. So, like I said, they're going to speed up the board meeting. And then we got the ladies, Misty, the one that was kind of shown on and off that was part of the board meeting, but ends up being cool with Greg. They're at the house talking one of their many to big tables in that big ass house. And also, I think her name is Claire, and that's actually Kanye. What's she gonna do about job? Remember Kanye? Whatever I keep saying her name wrong. Kanye, I don't want to say her name wrong, but whose grandma that's who it was. She's a part of it. So they're trying to say what we're gonna do, whatever. So they talked about also the bylaws things as well, and we all know Charity / Dum Dum is one who could possibly do this vote, right? And if her vote goes, they can take over the Hell and Hazardous can take over. Basically, because they're trying to get rid of. That's what they're talking about. Like they're trying to basically get rid of cavalry as a whole over that, and just like make it vanish, like the whole church is falling apart, whatever. And that's what it was, because here go Bishop is like, well, I'll go talk to the Charity, the Dum Dum, of course, call her a Charity case, and whatever. And so they all kind of looking like, between Misty, Claire, and even Lady May, looking like, oh Lord. Let me read Psalms 91. That's pretty much the look they were giving, okay? So, anyways, we have another scene. And we see Callisto saying it all is about to leave, whatever, right? And Grace, because still, now surprisingly, AJ, I don't know where he was staying at the house, but he does come back with him. He still has like this, I'm going to turn myself in. But I'll go get that in a second. But Carissa's paying it off one thing. There's kind of a later scene, but kind of in the early scenes, that she's on her way to urgent care. And I'm thinking she's on her way to Randall. And she's like, no, I gotta go to the chair. And Grace was like, because everything going on with AJ and stuff like that, she can't buy out the share. She's like, no, but that's fine, blah, blah, blah. I gotta go, blah, 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 urgent care, whatever, right? So we'll get that in a second. Now, Aaron actually did have a scene when I guess they're in Grace's part of the wing of the house, and they're talking to AJ. And AJ's still like, I'm just gonna turn myself in. I'm gonna turn myself in. Don't want to say nothing. I'm just gonna turn myself in. And Aaron's like, are you sure? Because you'll get 10 years. Okay, well, I'll just turn myself. You know how AJ is. I'm gonna turn myself in. I'm gonna turn myself in. Turn myself in. Damn it, turn yourself in. I'm getting tired of your darn whining on the screen, and you won't tell what the hell's going on. Because I am starting to believe that he is sick, because he did, because Aaron was even saying, like, well, maybe we could say, like, even bring out the fact that you're addict. And he said, no, that's not it. So I'm thinking, like, tell him the truth that you might have a chronic illness, or if are you terminally ill, were you diagnosed, or something that's wrong that he's not saying, or whatever. And that's why, again, he's not saying anything, but he still has this defensive point, like, why? Even there was a later scene when Sophie was trying to talk to him, and she's like, do you want me to see conversation, blah, 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 you call her father. He was like, you know what, just don't do anything. You ain't got to act like I don't exist, blah, blah, blah. And Sophie was like, why are you like that? He was like, don't say nothing with him. It just is how it is. I'm just like, shut up. I understand it's defense, but then it gets to the point, like, why did you bring your ass back? because he wants to say, like, well, I ain't came back because, mom said it was going to be arrested, so I'm just going to turn myself in. But here, people are trying to offer ways where he can get help with it. But I think because he wants to hide, or if he's terminally ill, or feels like he's slowly dying, I think he's just pushed off people to a point where he don't care, he doesn't want to say anything, and he's just like, it is what it is. It is what it is. All well, whatever, and continues to have like almost like I said, some people, they push people away so badly to a point. It's kind of like, what the hell did you come over here for? If you want to keep up here, I don't want to talk to you. Then who told you to bring your ass over here? Who told you to answer the phone? Who told you to call me? That type of person. Like, oh gosh. So, anyways, we see Clarissa explains it all. She's like, please don't let me pause it. My first thing, because remember, like I said, Ferrando, I didn't see no comments or anything. You look like you just straight up in there, whatever, right? And I'm thinking when she was talking about, please, I was already saying what she said, please don't let me pause it, please pause it. And I'm thinking like, oh snap, she got a nerve spot to get knocked up by the real estate crooked agent and whatever broker, whatever he was. And here comes the doctor come back. Oh, you have chlamydia. And then even the doctor was like, okay, well, maybe you're your husband. She was like, okay, honestly, that chlamydia didn't come from my husband. She's like, well, whoever the person is, you talk to them about it. So, chlamydia, wait a minute. Clap is gonna read right, but I mean, chlamydia, I don't even be talking about that, Carissa, because I'm just saying is, if she at least was gonna go up there and do all that junk, she at least could have sat there and got protection. My gosh. And I'm thinking like, wait a minute. So you remember she up here think they gave Jacob some, right? Now, I'm like, well, that means Jacob probably has chlamydia too. So, anyways, we have another scene where Jake. We're not gonna go with Jacob part yet. Whatever. We have it the next day when we're seeing the boarding. We also seen, like, say, Sophia was actually saying that she went home. And that was another scene that she was with Dante. I don't know why, y'all, but I first thought the angles that they had, I thought Nikki was either gonna pop up, confront Sophia and Dante, or follow her or some crazy stuff, or while Sophia leaves, Dante ends up like going, ends up still fooling around with Nikki or whatever, or got some other female coming in. But no, he was like, stay over, but she was just like, I gotta leave because my brother's home and all the stuff that's going on, whatever. So when after AJ again does this whole stay away from me, it's best we leave alone, even though he keeps keep getting in contact. He ain't gotta get in contact with folks, but then okay, anyway. So she goes over there to see Dante, right? And they kissing and making out, whatever. And he's like, okay, let's go to the bedroom. And she admits that she's actually a virgin. But he's like, it's up to you what you want to do. She's still kissing. So I don't know if she ended up losing virginity to Dante or not. We might find out next season or whenever they come back, basically. So she's really in with Dante. So, anyways, we had the next day where we got the board meeting, right? And basically, Carissa, of course, remember the daddy, of course, tries to talk to not Carissa, wrong, but Charity Case / Dum Dum, and try, can you at least do this? Oh, now, Dum Dum like this. Now y'all want my help. And he like, no, we need your help. And then she started doing, if y'all remember the Brady Bunch, the Martian Martyr, she literally does the exact same thing. See, all these years, it's always been about Gracie. It's always been about her. I want my life or something like that. And it's like, okay, then get your own life. Turn somebody something down, And that's what she was trying to say, think either to mom, her dad, or something like that. And they're just like, really? No, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, that's what another part of Lady P I forgot to tell her. She was like, when you affected going after Gracie, Lady May, I forgot to mention, confront her about that. So you going after your old sister and stuff like that, you realize that affects our lives, affects the other person. It could be generation wealth, generation curses, or generation blessings. You know what I mean? But this thing is, her doing that, this hatred, and green, her name should be Green Eyes, green with envy. Because what she did is impacting the family, okay, just as is, of her actions of jealousy and hatred. She got a whole baby that has been indirectly adopted by the maid / coffee maker, printer, the pasty maker, whatever all the jobs Marshall does, the painter and stuff. And I also noticed at the beginning and at the end of the episode, they showed a tombstone, and it's after the credits. I mean, the beginning credits. They showed a tombstone of Faith Greenleaf's Faith Greenleaf tombstone at the beginning and at the end of the episode. And I'll explain it there. Maybe this is a metaphor, like I don't know how this is going to end, but anyway, um, so we have the board meeting, and Phil, of course, comes in. Of course, it's like yay, whatever. And of course, we've seen Connie Cash out gladly up there doing that. But I hope the information that they have, even though they said not use it, they have even about Phil. I hope Phil the Python is caught. Okay, because look like unfortunately might see him still next episode, whatever. I'm just giving y'all a heads up. But they end up doing a board meeting, and Dum Dum is up there standing out there, and she was like, "Do I have to do this?" It feels like you don't have to, but he still has his hands out, whatever. Because I forgot to mention also that Sunday when all the stuff went on. Here go Chris. I think it's the same day, whatever, or the next day. But she's like, Mike, do you really love me? And Phil's like, why do you ask that? Are you using me, whatever? And she's like, I could lose my whole family. He's like, well, we could just start a new one. And all he says, I love you. And then she's like, this, what I need to do. And that's when it comes up the border meeting. And all just that quick, Dum Dum is in this phase, whatever. And so it doesn't show the results, but apparently when Bishop gets the call, and he got off the phone, but you already tell like it wasn't good news. And May was like, you don't have to tell me anything. I'm nobody's person. So then she gets a call by Bob the Blocker, Blessings, and he wants to come immediately to the church. She ends up going there, and he wants to expand hell to hassle this and have reform of the cavalry is and expand. And Lady May first like, okay, so you want black folks to come watch? He's like, you want everybody to come to his church, and he basically now wants to work with Lady May, supposedly, right? And then she said, yeah, but we gotta, I gotta tell you more about the Phil thing, okay? So that comes in later on. Now we see later on, one of the things about to talk real quick. Charity's up there. I mean, slash Dum Dum is up there with Phil the Pie making out with him. And then all of a sudden he says somebody, because he comes with some story that's irrelevant because I don't really care. And then he's like this, you know what? Say yes. And he comes up with a ring and just puts it on her hand. Because first she says like she's old fashioned. He was like, you believe it old fashioned. That didn't last that long. Because some things changed. Because as soon as he put the ring on, stuff like that, y'all, he started taking his shirt off. Chris, I have a passion. And everybody loves having sex on the couch, I know. This seemed to be fantastic. Is that a bitch? Because again, you can tell, Reddy's shirt, and then you go to commercial. But I'm like, again, we've seen first Carissa explains it all. She smashed Ferrando, getting all that full extra dirtiness from him, if you know what I mean. And now all of a sudden, Charity Dum Dum about to get smashed by her new fiance on the couch. So, anyways, we go to the next scene, and first Bob, the builder, Blocker, blesses, talk to Phil. First, he was telling, Phil, like, things about to change without you being here. Because Lady May told me about really what you did in terms of getting Grace off there and stuff like that. And here go Phil, the Python, like, well, I'll do anything, whatever. I just want to be able to be able to get my own church again and stuff. And I've been backing you up for 20 years. Actually been, minstrel show, just tap dancing for you for 20 years, basically. Just tap dancing, okay? So anyway, you'll see what Bob the Blesser say. So all of a sudden, Phil the Snake, the Python, comes over to the house. And he basically tells Lady May, oh, we won't be near you, and we're about to get rid of cavalry in 7 days, basically. And Lady May is so much in shock that her mouth is open. And then Charity, because even Zora was like, what do you mean they have to get their stuff? He says, well, y'all need to get your belongings because we're about to get rid of this stuff anyway, blah, blah, blah. And, even she was like, I have to hear from Bob myself. And Bob, the blocker, started calling whatever. And really, I'm surprised, but like I said, I think she was just in so much shock that I'm surprised she didn't tell Phil to get the heck out of my house. Security, something, whatever. Marcel, come with, throwing, butchering one of them meat clip knives or something, So anyways, here comes Charity Dum Dum coming downstairs. Oh, Ma, just be happy for me. Look at this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Lady May just stood with her mouth open. He was like, excuse me. And Zora's like, really? Grandma is going, what? He just gonna go up the stairs, whatever, whatever. I mean, I guess she was shocked about what was going on too, because she was on the other side, but she was close enough to hear what was going on, So he goes to tell Dum Dum this. Well, you know what? I just wanted to tell you this because she's like, "Oh, happy, I love you, baby." Blah. You know what? It won't be a wedding with us. I'm gonna marry Judy, the Annie, the killer doll. And her mouth was just open, and she was like, "Get out!" She just started crying. Phil had this little group and left out. And I'm like, "There you go, dum dum. You did all this for all this destruction, and just gave him some and whatever. Obviously, maybe that's what he meant because he said about at least we could have a happy ending." So all for that to be used, stupid. So anyway, she still was crying on the couch, whatever, because that's pretty much the end scene, whatever. She just still crying on the couch, woo woo, whatever. So here's another thing that's also happened at the same time. Besides, just like everything just seems to be falling apart. So after that, we have to wonder like, what the hell? Because I forgot to mention before, after Lady May had met before Phil the Python came there. James was like, first they were talking. I guess he was thinking about again, like maybe we might have to tell about Connie taking that bribe. And Lady May's like, nobody's going to care, okay? And then basically she already made that she was going to work with and decide, like this is our last hope. Maybe this is a sign from God that since Grace had fallen, this is a chance for us to work. And then I'm thinking like, where is Bishop James's engagement and stuff like that now? As far as Lady May and him, are they okay? But anyways, here we go back to Carissa explaining it all in her issue. Now she goes first to go talk to. She had no choice but to talk to Jake. But Jake was like this. Does Zora still have a cranberry pills? In their wing, right? And she's like, you know what, baby? I'm going to have to talk to you. This is not easy, but I just wanted to tell you this. I love you. And he's like, okay, I love you too, whatever. And then she's like, I have chlamydia. And Jake was like, chlamydia? What the heck? And he's like, let me guess. From Ando, right? And he's like, you know what? Basically, he got so mad, or she's trying to justify his, well, you cheated on me, motherfucker. He's like, I didn't bring home no disease, though. So basically, like, get out. He got a bag or blah, blah, whatever. And basically, like, you get on, go to a hotel, get the heck out of here. She's like, yeah, I ain't staying. Because he was like, you want to get out so bad, like you keep saying, you go ahead and leave. So of course he's frustrated, but it didn't show that he vented to anybody else about the circumstances. And it seemed like Carissa just stayed in the wing of her part of her thing, whatever, right? So she goes to call Ferrando again, right? She goes to him, and he has a copy of will as a public deed. And somebody named a month before, I guess the Greenleafs got the house. It was a person named Davis and stuff like that. That was a botched robbery, whatever. So she got the wheel and put it in her purse, but she was like, "This Miranda, I've had some news to tell you too." And she was like, "You give me Commander," and smacked him and just went out the door. So I don't know how long, because sometimes I've heard like that particular STD. Reading about it, it's one of sometimes STDs that sometimes don't have symptoms. So how Fernando's been sitting here with chlamydia, just up here, just you know, seducing women or whatever. So anyway, when Jacob says in one scene about, you still here, he goes, he's somewhere with Winnie, and, like back in when Winnie's still here, and she has the D. She's like, you know what, I'm not going anywhere. So she's trying to say, unless, you want me to leave, unless you want your dad to be in jail for the rest of his life. So she's saying that basically he's trying to include that the Greenleafs basically had Margaret, whoever Miss Davis was murdered in order for them to get the house. So she says based on the will. And Jacob was looking at it, but now she's saying, oh, I'm gonna stay here and blah 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 blah. Because he even said like you need to get a divorce lawyer, get your lawyer and all. So she's coming with that. And like I said, Jacob has not said anything to his parents about this stuff. I'm like, so that's another darn problem. So, anyways, so with this, all the news and stuff, I wonder, are they going to use the information? Because I think that Clarissa, no, Dum Dum had told her dad, remember, episodes ago, that she had told him that he actually writes everything for Bob. So if he's a fraud and stuff like that, I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm like, they going to have to figure out in 7 days what the heck they're going to do, because this is going to be interesting when they come back. So, then we kind of have the last scene I'm going to go into. Now, Zora must have got finished. It was like we see Grace before Grace does this prayer. We see that she's talking and she's still trying to ask AJ what's going on, because even she told her brother Aaron, like, it has to be something else going on. And she asks AJ, like, what are you going to do? Are you, can you let me know what's going on? And he's again saying the same stuff. Now, he ends up wiping the tear from his, mom's eye. But he was like, some things are not meant to be said. And then still walks off. So it didn't show, like, at that time whether he left or not. But like I said, y'all, this is why it's important when y'all can please watch the episode, because I was very confused and scratching my head from the person that appeared. Because I'm like, what is this? Okay. So here we have Grace, and she's doing like a graduate prayer, and she's actually praying in front of, Faith's tombstone. And, we got Lady May is praying. Bishop is up there reading Bob's fake books, because actually Phil Python's the one actually who has writes for him, and then wondering. And Grace is like, I need a sign. It's like one of those prayers when everything that seems like is going wrong, is falling down, and I need a breakthrough, I need a miracle for this family, everything is going wrong. Lord, please help me now. Also known as Anita Miracle Prayer, Breakthrough, Favor, Manifestation, Glorify, just one of those type, okay? Or Snorky Morpho, I need you now, Lord, I need you now. That's pretty much. So, she's praying, and you're seeing, she's saying gratitude for, even for niece and nephew to, Carissa Ball and her family and stuff like that. And when Sophia came in and saw her, she like, get out, somebody know that. And then when Sophia sat down on the couch, she just gonna walk away. I don't know where the heck Nikki is at right now, or whatever's going on. But I was surprised, because it's kind of like looking at it from the angle. I couldn't stand why she's being mad, but not mad. Because Zora, when she went to explore and ended up with this abusive guy and it was gone and all this stuff, whatever. You know what I mean? And you know how they end up being cool for a minute. I mean, she did some stuff or whatever, so you would think she'd be more understanding. Like I said, she was snorting up ADD medicine and every darn thing. So to a certain extent, if you're looking for this angle, like for Zora to be so judgmental and be mad at Sophia and calling her out, whatever, and all this other stuff, unfortunately, even though it still wouldn't have been right, some people could have said the same thing about Zora, just because she fornicated before marriage and all this stuff in the relationship, and just like took off away from she was away from the family as well. So I'm just like, if Sophia and Zora are always going to be like this or whatever, are they going to clash? Are they actually going to fight? Whatever the case is or whatever. Is Sophia going to move in with Dante? Okay, what's going to happen? We don't know. So Grace is praying for her family and a sign, and the church is about to fall and everything else. I'm so sorry, y'all, if I didn't go over everything, whatever. But this is the part that had me head scratched. Now it's coming up, and she started crying. She was like AJ, something like that, and the guy looks similar like AJ, like the same skin, skin tone, whatever, and has locks in his hair, but has putting on and has on khakis. And I'm sitting here, but it's not AJ. It is not the actor that plays AJ. And he was like, "Oh, is that your sister?" Because she was like, "How'd you get here? Oh, how do you get from the security guards? Oh, I just walked and through whatever." And I'm like, "Wait a minute! Did he take a break? Did the young man take the break who's playing AJ? Is this supposed to be AJ? I'm confused." Because he's asking was fake. He was like, he just took a guess, whatever. And he was like, well, some things, everything has an expiration date. And, Grace was like, okay, well, just leave the same way. I'll roll back the way. And then he just walks off. And that's where it ends with the credits. But as I'm saying, y'all, that's what had me head scratches. Because it was like, take care, Grace. And that's why I was like, is this supposed to be AJ? They're just going to just do a whole switcheroo of a person? And then, but it wasn't because I'm like, he didn't say he was turning himself in. I'm like, what? Is it okay, you know what? That's how it ended. It was a cliffhanger with a question mark. So we got a lot of stuff that, like I said, it's going to be a Lord help me. What was it, James? What is it? Lord help me to hold out. It's pretty much just what's going to happen. So hugs and love, y'all. Sorry if I didn't go through everything. But yeah, y'all, they sure left with a good cliffhanger, but I'm glad I was able to review it. Thank you for everybody who has stuck with me and have enjoyed being part of my YouTube family, new people in the fans, and who have, watched my reviews. If y'all into, I'm going to catch up. I'm thinking now time to get ready for more reviews. Like I said, I'm doing both top pair shows, and I may not do ambitions, but like I said, get ready for it. God bless, take care. See y'all in the next video. Hugs and loves, and God bless.